you're drifting off with WSLP AM, Big Rapids. WSLP, Sleep Baseball.
The Northwoods Baseball Radio Network presents Sleep Baseball. Tonight, from Sylvan Field in South Haven, Michigan, it's the South Haven Ravens hosting the Baraboo Bombers of Baraboo, Wisconsin. And now your host, Wally McCarthy.
I didn't know you were in a mime troupe. It's a beautiful evening here in South Haven, Michigan at Sylvan Field. And we thank you very much for joining us for tonight's broadcast here on WSLP. It's Wally McCarthy and producer Phil reporting. We've got a special treat here tonight at Sylvan Field. During the middle of the fifth, WSLP President Winston T. Winston will induct two league old-timers into the WSLP Hall of Fame. Bucketfoot Henderson of the Cadillac Cars and Lefty Simmons of the Big Rapids Timbers. They were bitter rivals decades ago, but as they've mellowed with age, they've become good friends. And it is a perfect night for a ball game here on the shores of Lake Michigan. 71 degrees at game time with a light breeze blowing out to left center. Let's take a look at the starting nine for the visiting Baraboo Bombers. Buddy Lamont will lead off in right field. Third baseman Dieter Gomez will bat second. Manny Del Greco will bat third. He's at first base. Left fielder Joe Bill Silver will be in the cleanup spot this evening. Batting fifth, catcher Buzz Norton. Second baseman Blaze Winterbottom will bat sixth. The big man, shortstop Tiny Howell, will bat seventh. Center fielder Bugs Yamaguchi will bat eighth. And batting ninth, right-handed starting pitcher Whitey Flatbush. He enters tonight's game with a record of 5-6, with a 4.49 earned run average. And the Bombers are managed by Mr. Mick Jenkins. Those are the Bombers. Here are the South Haven Ravens. Jerry Durante will lead off in center field. Second baseman Hector Pena will bat second. Batting third, first baseman Shecky Washington. Third baseman Brandon Carlisle will bat cleanup. Batting fifth, left fielder Sherman Hawkins. Right fielder Steve McDykel will bat sixth. Batting seventh, catcher and manager Hap Bronswell. Shortstop Joshua Gonzalez will bat eighth. And batting ninth, right-handed starting pitcher Max Fannin. Fannin enters tonight's game with a record of 8-3 with a 3.96 ERA. And before we're underway here at Sylvan Field, it's time for Producer Phil to pull a name out of the WSLP Fishbowl for tonight's Instagram winner. If you'd like your name to go into the fishbowl, head over to sleepbaseball.com and follow us on Instagram, provided that sounds like the kind of thing you're into. And tonight's winner is Patrick K. Congratulations, Patrick. Producer Phil will be in touch on Instagram to work out the exciting details. And friends, all of us at WSLP would like to wish listener Carson a very happy 30th birthday. We hope you have a great day, and thanks very much for listening. And Crew Chief Herman Doubleday hollers play ball, and we are underway here at Sylvan Field. And Max Fannin goes to work on Buddy Lamont, a righty-lefty matchup. Fannin's pitch. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-1. The 0-1. Fouled back and out of play. 0-2. And the 0-2. Fastball called strike 3, and Lamont strikes out for the first out of the inning. And here's Dieter Gomez with one away and nobody on. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. The 1-0. And he waves at a low curve. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high heater. 1-2. And the 1-2. Hit in the air to right field. Durante is after it, and he hauls it in for out number 2. 2 down, bases empty for Manny Del Greco. Top of the first, no score. And the pitch. Hammered foul down the left field line. 0-1. And the 0-1. And he rips another one foul off to the left. 0-2. The 0-2. Slider low and outside. 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a low breaking ball. And Del Greco strikes out to end the inning. Max Fannin sets them down in order. And it's Bombers nothing, Ravens coming up after these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hey there, it's Dana Dedrick, and I'm thrilled to bring you Love Notes, where we blend the best of smooth jazz and relationship advice to create a cozy late-night listening experience. Finding love and keeping it doesn't have to be so mysterious. Tune in weeknights at 10 p.m. to unwind with some mellow melodies and get tips on how to build and maintain healthy relationships. Love Notes, weeknights at 10 p.m. on WSLP, Big Rapids. What a lift.
Last of the first here in South Haven at Sylvan Field. It's a scoreless ball game as Jerry Durante digs in against Whitey Flatbush. A righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Fastball misses high. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Durante. Slider bounces in front of the plate. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Bouncer to third. Great pick by Gomez. And he fires across just in time to retire Durante for the first out of the frame. That was a spectacular play by Dieter Gomez at third. So one away, nobody on for Hector Pena. Pena is a switch hitter and he'll bat left against Flatbush. And the pitch. Hammered foul off to the right. 0-1. The 0-1. Slider low and in. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hard grounder up the middle. That one gets past a diving howl. And Pena is aboard with a one-out single. So a runner on first, one away for Shecky Washington. A righty-righty matchup. And Flatbush from the stretch. Slider in the dirt. That one gets away from Norton, and Pena will take second on the wild pitch. And the 1-0. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider down and in. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. 2-2. The 2-2. Roller to second. Winterbottom collects and flips to first to retire Washington for out number 2. Pena advances safely to third. And here's Brandon Carlisle with a runner on third and 2 down. Carlisle is a switch hitter and he'll bat left against Flatbush. And Flatbush from the stretch. Slider misses low. 1-0. The 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit into left field. Pena comes in to score. And the Ravens are on the board here in the bottom of the first. And it's a 1-0 ball game. And Sherman Hawkins checks in with a runner on first and 2 down. A righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Fisted foul off to the left. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball runs high. 1-1. And the 1-1. Grounder to first. Del Greco will have it unassisted, and he steps on the bag to end the inning. But the Ravens are on the board, and with one in the books, it's Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. We'll be back in a moment with the second inning, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Wally, McCarthy, and producer Phil back with you from Sylvan Field here in South Haven for the top of the second. The Ravens leading 1-0. The Bombers will bring the 4, 5, and 6 batters up against Max Fannin. And here's Joe Bill Silver, righty against righty. And Fannin's pitch. Fastball cut on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1. Curveball down low. 1-1. And the 1-1. Bouncer to third. Carlisle collects and fires to first to retire Silver for out number 1. And that will bring up Buzz Norton with 1 away and nobody aboard. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Hard grounder left side. That one's past a diving Carlisle. And Norton is aboard with a 1-out single. Runner on first. 1 away for Blaze Winterbottom. Righty versus righty. Fannin from the stretch. Hammered foul and into the stands. 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball cut on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. swing and a miss on a low slider, and Winterbottom strikes out for the second out of the inning. And here's Tiny Howell with 2 down and a runner on. Righty against righty. And the pitch. And he takes a wild hack at a high heater. 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball just a bit outside. 1-1. And the 1-1. Hard grounder to second. And that one skips away from Pena. And everybody is going to be safe. That's going to be an error on Hector Pena. Score that one E4 if you're scoring at home. So runners on first and second, 2 down for Bugs Yamaguchi. Another righty-righty matchup. And Fannin delivers. Slashed foul and out of play. 0-1. The 0-1. Curveball up and in. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. And that curveball is called a strike. 1-2. The 1-2. Slider in the dirt. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a low slider. And Yamaguchi strikes out to end the inning. The Bombers strand a pair and they do not score. And after 1.5, it remains Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Salty Sal of Salt City Confections. In addition to our world-famous popcorn balls, try our bonbons, rock candy, and nut-covered sweetmeats. We're located on the Manistee Riverwalk, next to the world's largest cupcake. Salt City Confections, your confection connection.
The Ravens leading the Bombers 1-0 as we begin the bottom of the second on this perfect night for a ball game. And Steve McDykel is due up against Whitey Flatbush. Righty against righty. And Flatbush kicks and delivers. McDykel takes a curveball for a called strike one. The 0-1. Dribbled foul down the first base line, 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. Hit in the air to center field. A routine play for Yamaguchi. And he makes the catch for out number 1. One away, nobody on for Hap Bronswell. A righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Hard grounder to second. Winterbottom is up with it, and he flips to first to retire Bronswell for out number 2. And here's Joshua Gonzalez with 2 down and nobody on. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Fastball low and in. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive, base hit into right center. And Gonzalez is aboard with a 2-out single. And that will bring up Max Fannin in the 9 hole. Righty against righty. Flatbush from the stretch. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. And he lays off a high heater. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fisted foul and out of play. 1-2. And the 1-2. And he whiffs on a low slider. and Fannin strikes out to end the inning. The Ravens do not score, and with 2 in the books, it remains Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. We'll be back with the third in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Gent Fredner, Mayor of Big Rapids. I'd like to invite you to tune in to the Quint Cities Celebrity Golf Invitational, or even better, join us in person. Guests include Galvin McLeod Jr., Blinky Malone, Fritz Ortega. Oh, and did I mention Beans Captain Bender Sorensen? Join me, Gent Fredner, the Quint City Celebrity Golf Invitational, only on WSLP.
Top of the third here in South Haven. The Ravens leading 1-0, and Whitey Flatbush checks in against Max Fannin. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Fastball called a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. And he does not offer at that outside change. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a low curve, and Flatbush strikes out for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Buddy Lamont at the top of the Bombers' order. Lamont struck out in the first. And the pitch. Grounder to second. Pena has it and flips to first to retire Lamont for out number 2. Two outs, nobody on for Dieter Gomez, who flied out in the first. The pitch. Fastball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Hammered foul down the right field line. 0-2. The 0-2. Grounder to first. Washington will have it unassisted, and he steps on the bag to retire Gomez to end the inning. Three up, three down for Max Fannin here in the third, and it remains Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. Back in a moment after these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Buddy Palmer here from Palmer's Pro Shop at the Whispering Pines Municipal Golf Course. We've got clubs, we've got pull carts, we got visors, gloves, and other handsome golf attire. And if you need to brush up on your game, enjoy a lesson or two from one of our expert instructors. Come on by and see us at the Whispering Pines Municipal Golf Course, just north of Big Rapids on Northland Drive. Palmer's Pro Shop, serving the Quint City since 1975.
Last of the third inning here from Sylvan Field. The Ravens holding on to a 1-0 lead as Jerry Durante checks in at the top of the Ravens order against Whitey Flatbush. Durante grounded out in the first. Flatbush comes set and the pitch. Fastball called strike one. The 0-1. And that fastball runs wide. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing, no swing on a low curve. 2-1. And the 2-1. Fastball cut on and missed. 2-2. The 2-2. Swing and a miss on a low breaking ball, and Durante strikes out for out number 1. And here's Hector Pena with one away and nobody on. Pena had a base hit and scored the game's only run in the first inning. The pitch from Flatbush. Skied foul and out of play. 0-1. The 0-1. And he fouls another one off. 0-2. And the 0-2. curveball misses way outside. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball high and tight. 2-2. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. And Pena strikes out for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, nobody on for Shecky Washington. Washington grounded out his first time up. And the pitch. Fastball called strike 1. And the 0-1. Curveball down low. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider in the dirt. 2-1. And the 2-1. Fastball brushes him back, and Flatbush falls behind. 3-1. The pitch. Curveball misses just a bit low, and Washington draws a 2-out walk. And that will bring up Brandon Carlisle with 2 outs and a runner on. Flatbush from the stretch. Bouncer to third. Gomez fires across the diamond in time to retire Carlisle to end the inning. We've played 3 here at Sylvan Field, and it remains Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. We'll be back with the 4th inning in a moment, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com. Welcome back with us from Sylvan Field for the top of the 4th. The Ravens leading the Bombers 1-0 as Manny Del Greco steps into the box against Max Fannin.
Del Greco struck out in the first. And Fannon's pitch. Fastball runs wide, 1-0. The 1-0. Another outside fastball, it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Curveball taken for a called strike, 2-1. And the 2-1. Slider misses low, and Fannin falls behind, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Grounder to short, backhanded by Gonzalez, and he fires across in time to retire Del Greco for out number 1. And here's Joe Bill Silver with 1 away and nobody on. Silver grounded out in the second. And the pitch. Hammered foul and into the seats, 0-1. The 0-1. Flared into shallow center, and that one falls into the gap. And Silver is aboard with a 1-out single. So a runner on first, 1 away for Buzz Norton. Norton had a base hit his first time up. And Fannin from the stretch. Fastball called a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Lazy fly ball to right field. Durante drifting in, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And Blaze Winterbottom steps into the box. Winterbottom struck out in the second inning. Fannin's pitch. Slider down low, 1-0. The 1-0. And that slider is called a strike. 1-1. And the 1-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air to deep right field. Durante drifting back. And he makes the catch on the warning track to end the inning. Winterbottom gave it a ride, but he missed a 2-run homer by a matter of inches. The Bombers do not score, and after 3.5, it remains Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Winston T. Winston, President of WSLP. Please join me at the Big Rapids Airport Lounge for Celebrity Karaoke. Giovanni Gasparo will sing I Got to Be Me, and Wally McCarthy will sing Impossible Dream. That's the WSLP Celebrity Karaoke, raising money for a good cause.
Bottom of the fourth here from Sylvan Field. The Ravens leading the Bombers 1-0, and Sherman Hawkins is due up for the Ravens against Whitey Flatbush. Hawkins grounded out his first time up. Flatbush kicks and delivers. Curveball low and outside. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Flared into shallow left. That one drops in, and Hawkins is aboard with a single to lead off the fourth. And here's Steve McDykel with a runner on and nobody out. And Flatbush from the stretch. Hard grounder up the middle. That one gets through the infield. Hawkins on the move, and he's heading for third. The throw comes in, and he will make it easily. First and third, nobody out for the Ravens. And Hap Bronswell digs in. Bronswell grounded out in the second. And the pitch. Fastball inside. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. And Bronzewell gets jammed and pops it up. Gomez is under it. And he makes the catch for the first out of the frame. Runners on the corners, one away for Joshua Gonzalez. Gonzalez had a base hit in his first at-bat. And the pitch. Slider misses low. 1-0. The 1-0. Bunted foul off to the right. 1-1. And the 1-1. Fastball misses high. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Slider in the dirt, and Flatbush falls behind. 3-1. And the pitch. Fastball called a strike, and the count runs full. The payoff pitch, and the runner goes. Swing and a miss. The throw to second. Gomez heading for home. The throw to third as Gomez heads back. And he's going to be tagged out, heading back to third. So Gonzalez strikes out swinging, and Hawkins is caught stealing to end the inning. The Ravens threaten, but they do not score. And with 4 in the books, it remains Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. We'll be back with the 5th inning in a moment, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
You know me. This is it, Uncle Hat. It makes sense that Lake City would have the finest water ski emporium in the world, because Lake City is the home of water skiing. It's where it was invented. I want to tell you about the good folks at Samuelson's Ski Shop there in Lake City. They got everything you need for water skiing. Skis, cable barks, life jackets, soft shells. You know the drill. Why don't you go on into Samuelson's Ski Shop and tell them that Uncle Hat said hi.
It's a gorgeous night here at Sylvan Field as we begin the top of the 5th. Ravens leading the Bombers 1-0. And Max Fannin will go to work on Tiny Howell. Howell reached on an error in the 2nd inning. And the pitch. And the big man takes a strike. 0-1. The 0-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Slider down low. 1-2. And the 1-2. Fastball upstairs. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Howell is down on strikes for out number 1. And that will bring up Bugs Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi struck out his first time up. And the pitch. Slider swung on and missed. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fouled off to the right and out of play. 0-2. The 0-2. And he takes an awkward hack at an outside bender. And Yamaguchi is down on strikes for out number 2. And here's Whitey Flatbush with 2 down and nobody aboard. Flatbush a strikeout victim his first time up. The pitch. Fastball inside. 1-0. The 1-0. And that fastball is called a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air to shallow right. Pena drifting back. And he puts the squeeze on it to end the inning. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Max Fannin here in the top of the 5th. And it remains Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. And now Winston T. Winston will say a few words as he welcomes Bucketfoot Henderson and Lefty Simmons to the WSLP Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Winston T. Winston.
President of WSLP. My great honor to introduce two of the legends of the league. And it appears that Lefty and Bucketfoot are having a somewhat heated discussion out there. And Bucketfoot takes a swing at Lefty. And now both benches will clear to try to break up the melee. And this is why we can't have nice things. In any case, let's take a quick break while this situation gets settled. Back in a moment with the last of the fifth, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello, this is Winston T. Winston, President of WSLP Radio. I'd like to invite you to the Big Rapids Airport Lounge for a special night of fun and brevity with Frank Gilbert. It's WSLP night on the main stage, and fun is guaranteed for all. The 2-for-1 margaritas go well with the comedy stylings of Frank Gilbert and Fritz Ortega's Super Nachos. I hope to see you at WSLP night at the Big Rapids Airport Lounge. Save a seat for me, Winston T. Winston.
Handshakes all around after the old-timers dust-up. Thankfully, Winston T. Winston was thrown clear of the chaos, and everybody's okay. Last of the fifth here in South Haven. The Ravens holding on to a 1-0 lead over the Bombers. And Max Fannin steps in against Whitey Flatbush. Fannin struck out in the second inning. And Flatbush delivers. Fastball paints the corner for a called strike one. The 0-1 pitch. And that fastball misses just outside. 1-1. And the 1-1. And he takes an awkward hack at a high heater. 1-2. The 1-2. Slider down low. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Roller back to the mound. Flatbush scoops it up and flips to first to retire Fannin for the first out of the inning. And here's Jerry Durante at the top of the Ravens order. He's 0 for 2 this evening. The pitch. Dribbled foul down the third base line. 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball called a strike. 0-2. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a low breaking ball. And Durante strikes out for out number 2. And Hector Pena checks in with 2 down and nobody aboard. Pena is 1 for 2 this evening. And Flatbush delivers. Hit in the air to right field. Lamont will have room. And he makes the catch to end the inning. Three up, 3 down for Whitey Flatbush here in the last of the 5th. And it remains Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. We'll be back with the 6th inning in a moment after these words on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Stay up to date with all the shenanigans of the Sleep Baseball universe at sleepbaseball.com. The latest episodes, news from the Quint Cities, and fabulous items from the gift shop. Sign up for Wally's World, our infrequent and mildly entertaining newsletter. Find it all today at sleepbaseball.com.
Top of the 6th inning here at Sylvan Field. The Ravens leading 1-0, and Buddy Lamont is due up at the top of the Bombers' order against Max Fannin. Lamont is 0 for 2 this evening. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses just outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. And that fastball paints the corner for a called strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Fannin misses that one badly. It's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Popped up shallow center. Gonzalez is calling for it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And now Dieter Gomez will give it a whirl. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Fannon's pitch. Smashed foul down the right field line. 0-1. The 0-1. Grounder right back to the mound. Fannin collects and flips to first for the 1-3 putout to retire Gomez for out number 2. And here's Manny Del Greco with 2 down and nobody aboard. And the pitch. Hit in the air to left center. Hawkins is there, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Max Fannin makes quick work of the Bombers here in the top of the 6th, and it remains Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. Back with more in a bit, after these messages on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
$10.3 AV. Specializing in Betamax and multi-regional DVD. The only such service in the Quint City area. $10.3 AV.
Wally McCarthy and producer Phil back with you from Sylvan Field. The Ravens leading the Bombers 1-0. And they'll bring the 3, 4, and 5 batters up against Whitey Flatbush. And Flatbush goes to work on Shecky Washington. And the first offering misses low, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. The 1-1. Grounder to short. Howell scoops it up and fires to first for out number 1. So Washington is retired, and here comes Brandon Carlisle. Carlisle is 1 for 2 with a base hit in the first. And the pitch. Looping curveball called a strike. 0-1. The 0-1. And that curveball is down low. 1-1. The 1-1. Ground ball to third. Gomez across the diamond to get Carlisle by a step for out number 2. And Sherman Hawkins steps in. Hawkins grounded out in the first and had a base hit in the fourth. Flatbush kicks and delivers. And that's a slider in the dirt. 1-0. The 1-0. Fastball called a strike. Hawkins did not agree with the call. It's 1-1. And the 1-1. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Bouncer to second. Winterbottom collects and flips to first to retire Hawkins to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. We've played 6 at Sylvan Field, and it's 1-0 Ravens. We'll be back with the 7th inning in a moment, here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hey kids, this is Blink Rederson. I'm here at Ted's Fishing World, and I just want to say they've got some great deals for people that like to fish, or wish they could fish. They have reels, and they have lures, and they have bait. RLB, they call it. You can get the RLB specials 25% off if you mention my name, Blink Rederson. Ted's Fishing World. If fishing's in your head, trust Ted. Ted.
Top of the 7th here in South Haven. The Ravens leading the Bombers 1-0. The Bombers will bring the heart of the order up against Max Fannin. And here's Joe Bill Silver. Silver with a ground out and a base hit this evening. Fannin's pitch. Fastball paints the black for a called strike 1. The 0-1. Slider downstairs. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Durante is there, and he puts it away for out number 1. And Buzz Norton checks in. Norton is 1 for 2 with a base hit in the second. And the pitch. And he waves at an outside curve. 0-1. The 0-1. Fouled back and out of play. 0-2. And the 0-2. A little flare into shallow left, and that one drops in for a base hit. So a runner on first, one away for Blaze Winterbottom. Winterbottom is 0 for 2 tonight. And Fannin from the stretch. Fastball taken for a called strike. 0-1. The 0-1. Slider down low. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball way outside. 2-1. And the 2-1. Hard grounder to second. Pena to second for one, back to first just in time. And that's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. The Bombers do not score. And as we head into the stretch, it's Ravens 1, Bombers nothing. We'll be back with more baseball here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello. This is Winston T. Winston, President of WSLP. I would like to cordially invite you to WSLP Circus Days at the Carpetland parking lot on Colfax. Look for the large circus tent and the clowns making balloon sculptures. Balloons provided by Mr. King's Party Goods. There will be hot dogs and chips and snow cones and cotton candy, blue and pink flavors. Please join me, Winston T. Winston, Wally McCarthy, and Blink Rederson, and other special guests to be announced. at WSLP Circus Days at the Carpetland parking lot on Colfax this weekend. Thank you.
Last of the 7th inning here at Sylvan Field. And we've got an old-fashioned pitcher's duel underway here. The Ravens leading 1-0, and they'll bring the 6, 7, and 8 batters up against Whitey Flatbush. And Steve McDykel steps into the box. McDykel is 1 for 2 with a base hit in the 4th. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a low breaking ball. 0-1. The 0-1. And he does not offer at that low curve. 1-1. The 1-1. Slider cut on and missed. 1-2. And the 1-2. Slider way outside, and the count evens up. The 2-2. Swing and a miss on a high heater. And McDykel strikes out for the first out of the inning. And Hap Bronswell checks in. Bronswell is 0 for 2 this evening. The pitch. Hammered foul back to the screen. 0-1. And the 0-1. Looper into shallow right. And that one drops in for a base hit. So a runner on first and 1 out for Joshua Gonzalez. Gonzalez had a base hit in the 2nd and struck out in the 3rd. Flatbush from the stretch. And Gonzalez swings out of his shoes at an outside curve. 0-1. The 0-1. Slashed foul of 3rd. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a low breaking ball. And Gonzalez is down on strikes for out number 2. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Max Fannin in the 9 spot. 2 outs, runner on first. Ravens leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. And they're going to bring in lefty Chance Quintero to bat for Fannin. Flatbush from the stretch. Swing and a miss on a low slider. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Quintero. Changeup misses wide. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball down low. 2-1. And the 2-1. Slider in the dirt. And Flatbush falls behind. 3-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a high heater. And the count runs full. And the payoff pitch. Hit in the air to deep center. That's trouble. Yamaguchi racing back. And he will run out of room as that one sails over the wall. And that's a long, lazy 2-run homer for Chance Quintero. And the Ravens now lead 3-0. And that will bring up Jerry Durante at the top of the Ravens order. Durante is 0 for 3 this evening. And the pitch. Hammered foul and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball called strike 2. The 0-2. Grounder to first. Del Greco will have it unassisted, and he steps on the bag to end the inning. But the Ravens add a pair, and with 7 in the books, it's Ravens 3, Bombers nothing. We'll be back with the 8th inning in a moment. here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
Hello. You know me. This is Ed Uncle Hat. My good friends at Ed Orn's House of Sleep asked me to drop by and talk to you a minute about their mattresses and other sleep-related items. Beds, headboards, nightcaps, and essential oils. They just added the essential oils last week. Ed Orn's wife, Beatrice, got over there, and she's really into the essential oils. She makes her own. They have a few little tubs out back. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Ed Orn's House of Sleep. You don't need to count your sheep if you go to Ed Orn's House of Sleep. Ed Orn.
Ravens leading 3-0 as we enter the top of the 8th. And Tiny Howell digs in against Ravens right-handed reliever Dom Fuller. Fuller has pitched 12 innings of work this season with an ERA of 2.67. And a Fuller's pitch. Blazing fastball called strike 1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a low breaking ball. 0-2. And the 0-2. Fastball cut on and missed, and Howell is down on strikes for out number 1. And here's Bugs Yamaguchi with 1 away and nobody on. Yamaguchi with a pair of strikeouts this evening. And the pitch. Chopped foul of third, 0-1. The 0-1. And he fouls another one off, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball misses very high. 1-2. And the 1-2. Slider in the dirt. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Yamaguchi strikes out for the second out of the inning. And Sparky Ventura will pinch hit for Whitey Flatbush in the 9 spot. A righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Slashed into shallow right. And that one falls into the gap for a base hit. So a runner on first, 2 outs for Buddy Lamont at the top of the Bombers' order. Lamont is 0 for 3 this evening. And Fuller from the stretch. Hammered foul and out of play. 0-1. The 0-1. Grounder to second. Pena collects and flips to first to retire Lamont to end the inning. The Bombers do not score, and after 7.5, it remains Ravens 3, Bombers nothing. We'll be right back with more baseball here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Giovanni Gasparo. When I was a kid, we did all kinds of crazy things, like to stand on our heads and eat a cracker. Later, some of my friends had turned to their drugs, and all kinds of things happened to them. This has been Giovanni Gasparo with the PSA for WSLP.
It's the last of the 8th here in South Haven. The Ravens leading the Bombers 3-0 as Hector Pena steps in against Bombers right-handed reliever, Stretch Parsons. And the pitch. Slider misses low, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled back and out of play, 1-1. And the 1-1. Pena takes the ball upstairs, 2-1. The 2-1. Popped up on the infield. Winterbottom is under it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Shecky Washington checks in now. He's 1 for 2 with a base on balls in the third. And Parsons' pitch. Hammered foul and out of play. The 0-1. And he fouls another one off. 0-2. And the 0-2. Chopper to short. Howell is up with it, and he fires to first in time. And Washington is retired for out number 2. And here's Brandon Carlisle with 2 down and nobody on. Carlisle is 1 for 3 with a base hit in the first. And the pitch. Slider in the dirt. 1-0. The 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. And the 1-1. Fouled back and out of play. 1-2. The 1-2 from Parsons. Swing and a miss on a high heater, and Carlisle strikes out to end the inning. Stretch Parsons sets them down in order here in the bottom of the 8th, and it remains Ravens 3, Bombers nothing. We'll be back in a moment with the 9th inning here on the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.
This is Salty Sal of Salt City Confections. In addition to our world-famous popcorn balls, try our bonbons, rock candy, and nut-covered sweetmeats. We're located on the Manistee Riverwalk, next to the world's largest cupcake. Salt City Confections, your confection connection.
Top of the 9th here at Sylvan Field. And the Ravens will try to put this one to bed as they lead the Bombers 3-0. Ravens closer Masaki Harrington takes the mound. He's a righty. And Dieter Gomez digs in for the Bombers. Gomez is 0 for 3 this evening. And Harrington delivers. fastball misses down low. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Bouncer to third. Carlisle is up with it, and he fires across in time to retire Gomez for the first out of the inning. And here's Manny Del Greco with nobody on and one away. Del Greco is 0 for 3 this evening. And Harrington's pitch. Fastball misses low. 1-0. The 1-0. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-1. And the 1-1. Popped up over the plate. Bronswell is camped under it. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And the Bombers are down to their last chance here in the top of the 9th, trailing 3-0. And Joe Bill Silver steps in. Silver is 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 4th. And the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. The 0-1. Slider in the dirt. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fisted foul off to the left. 1-2. The 1-2. Fastball just off the corner. 2-2. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss on a low curve. And Silver strikes out to end the ball game. So the Ravens take this one in front of the hometown crowd by a score of 3-0. For the visiting Baraboo Bombers, no runs on 4 hits, no errors. And for the victorious South Haven Ravens, 3 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Max Fannin gets the win. Masaki Harrington notches another save. Producer Phil and I will be back with the post-game show in a moment, here on WSLP and the Northwoods Baseball Radio Network.